don't want none of this, man. You don't want none of this fire. I got that coronavirus. What's up, guys? Ryan here with Tampa. I have received a shocking number of questions. Shocking number of questions of people asking me if they are allowed to shoot someone over spit. I'm getting this question too much that I can't ignore it. I had to make a video about it, so I am making a video about spit. All right, here we go. So, coronavirus is real. People are getting sick, people are dying, and if somebody tells you that they have coronavirus and they spit on you, if they breathe on you, or if they try to come and touch you or whatever, touch your face, do you have a right to shoot them? So it's a fascinating question, right? It makes me laugh every time I get one of these messages, but let's ask the big questions. Question number one, how can this situation be avoided? If you're dealing with an individual that's that unstable that they're going to start saying stuff like that, right? Like, I have coronavirus, I'm going to spit on you or whatever, you probably need to just get out of there. I think it's probably a little bit dangerous for you to just stick around and think that that person is going to be stable, because that's also the kind of person that may escalate it and do something a lot worse than spit. What level of force is allowed to be used? Now, somebody spitting on you, somebody touching you, that's battery. So you have a legal right to call the police and let the police arrest that individual. Now, if somebody spits on you, should you be running up and, beating the crap out of that person? In my opinion, no. I think we just need to be more mature, which is hard, but we need to be more mature than that. We need to get ourselves to a position of safety. We need to call the police and of course, let the police handle that. But the question is, do you have a right to use a gun? Can you shoot somebody simply because they have a deadly pathogen and they just spit on you? Okay, question number one. Is there a reasonable fear of imminent death? Now again, that term reasonable belief, I talk about it inside of my book, Florida Concealed Carry Law, has to be applied objectively and subjectively. So not only do you have to believe that you are going to die within seconds because of this person's, projectile spit, but a reasonable person who is the jury would also have to believe that you were in imminent fear of death. Now again, as I talk about in my book, dictionary.com defines imminent as likely to occur at any moment. So again, if somebody spits on you, they say that it takes between 2 and 14 days before you even experience symptoms with COVID-19. You're definitely not going to die within moments or within seconds, even if that person has the coronavirus. You're not going to die within seconds. So that definitely does not work. Number two, is there a reasonable belief of great bodily harm? So, great bodily harm does not have a statutory definition in Florida law. But some courts have held that it is something more severe than a minor bruise or a minor cut. So we're talking about something big, right? A large cut, cutting off your arm, breaking a bone, permanent brain damage, or permanent disfigurement. None of which you're going to get just because you get spit on by somebody that has coronavirus. The last one is the imminent commission of a forcible felony. Now, the only forcible felonies that would even come close to applying would be aggravated battery. Now, somebody spitting on you is simple battery. Aggravated battery is defined in Florida Statute 784.045, subsection 1, subsection A. A person commits aggravated battery who, in committing battery, intentionally or knowingly causes great bodily harm, permanent disability or permanent disfigurement, or uses a deadly weapon. So the spit is definitely not going to be considered aggravated battery. And I can almost hear you guys right now screaming at the screen. Isn't the spit a deadly weapon? I don't think so. I think that's stretching it pretty hard. I don't think that would hold up in court. So, where is the line in the sand? Again, that line in the sand is the point at which, once that bad guy crosses it, you really don't have any other option but to pull out that gun and shoot. I think the line is pretty damn far away. Yeah, I don't even think the line in the sand is in the radar in this scenario. I think we're so far away from a justified use of force situation that it's not even funny. The big lesson here is it's very easy. This is one of those high emotion moments, right? If somebody spits on you and they say that they've got coronavirus, that's a scary thing, right? But you have to control yourself, because pulling out the firearm and using it unlawfully in an unjustified way is just going to have really terrible negative consequences on you and your life for a very long period of time. So we need to think about it. We need to play this what would I do if game, and you guys need to master the art of verbal jujitsu. We need to be able to talk our way out of these situations and just get the hell out of there. If people are crazy, we need to avoid them. If you guys have not picked up a copy of my book yet, you are nuts. Pick it up. If you are carrying a gun, if you own a gun, if you have a gun in your house for self-defense, you need to know what the rules are so that you don't make a mistake and end up in prison. I wrote this book to be super simple, super easy for people to read. You do not need a law degree like you do with many other books on the market. Pick it up. I'll leave a link down below. You're going to love it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you would do in a situation like this. And until next time, keep training, because you got nothing better to do. We're all on lockdown. Stay safe.